You download this one?
Yeah.
Prices, right?
Yes. So this is what we have so far, right? And we will rename it as tickers. And I will make a copy of this. Actually, no, go ahead, click on plus, another, and then rename it as prices. Okay, and I am going to highlight this entire column, Control C, the last column, go to prices, and paste as values here. Now, after this, I suggest you turn on your Bloomberg terminal or log into your Bloomberg terminal if you have not already done so. Because we are going to use that Bloomberg add-in.
On here?
From my laptop, but you won't be able to do it. I just don't want to go to the Bloomberg terminal now, just for this step. Okay. But when you do this step for your group project, you just will follow the same process.
But it's not, we need to do that in Bloomberg Lab?
Yeah.
It's
Sorry.
like, when is it open?
It is open from, it is Monday to Thursday, 9 to 4:30 p.m. If you cannot, let me know, and I'll see how I can help you. If you cannot use a Bloomberg Lab during that time. Or even in one class, I can go down and let you download the prices, whichever works. Okay.
Are you saying we should log in?
No, not now. Yeah, you don't have Bloomberg, right? On your laptop. I do. That's why I'm able to show you. Yeah. So I'll go to Bloomberg and then spreadsheet builder. And then I'll click on time series. And I'll highlight only the tickers, right? And then I will click on this icon. See, right? So this will populate here. And then I'll go to next. From here, I will select price. Last price. I'll go to next. From here, I'll choose the time period. The time period for your project also will be the same, which will be August 31st. And then you have to unmark this from here, 2025, August 31st, okay? These 5 years, and I want monthly, right? And the next, now this is how the table will look like after data are populated, right? But I don't need everything. For example, I don't need the field name. I know these are just prices. I also don't need this this one. I also do not need this one. So this is how my field table will look like. Insert, right? Did everyone follow? Yeah, okay. So if you change the dates here, the prices will be also, right, updated accordingly. For some of the securities, you will see NA for many regions. One of the prominent regions is some of them have been acquired by other companies. For example, let's say this one, WWAV. This is my Bloomberg terminal, WWAV. Acquired by BNFP equity, right? So there are many regions. Some of them might have changed their names. So that's why Bloomberg is not able to retrieve their prices, right? So we'll just leave them as they are. This should not be a problem for your project because you'll be working on very recent data. Not like exactly recent, but relatively speaking. So now another thing is, after you have downloaded the prices from Bloomberg, we need to copy and paste them as values because when you go home, you don't have Bloomberg, right? So then you will lose the prices. So we don't want to lose the prices, so we are going to copy and paste as values, right? So this entire field, Control A, Control C, right click as values, okay? Okay, now, is everyone good? Okay, now what I'm going to do, if you go to your Bloomberg terminal, sorry, D2L, you'll see I have already downloaded those prices for you. So go ahead and download that worksheet so that you can follow along. So open this. Now, I'm going to open these prices. This is what I have, right? Does everyone have this? Yeah, okay. Now, just to show you what I'm going to do in the previous Excel file, I'm just going to delete this. And then I'm going back to the prices, right click on it, move or copy. I'll create a copy. So I'm not making any changes in this one. I'll create a copy in the portfolio construction file, right? So I'm making a copy there. So I will have prices. And I'll bring this actually at the very end. So yeah, let me show you again. So right click on, not this one. So right click on these prices, move or copy, and choose where you want to move it to, the portfolio construction. And then move to end and then create a copy. So make sure you choose this construction file, move to end, create a copy. So we have the same thing here now, right? Now what we are going to do, right click on these prices in our construction file. We are going to make another copy of it. Copy in the same file, move to end, create a copy. Okay. And we are going to rename it as returns. Okay. No. Let's see, why do you have these prices? Yeah, you should not have these prices. Is everyone good so far? Okay. So now we have prices, we have returns, right? So what we are going to do in the return worksheet, I will highlight in this inner block, except the date and the name ticker column, and delete them, right? And I'm going to calculate return. So return I have to calculate from the next month, right? Because I don't have the previous price for this month. So in this cell, I will enter equal, go to prices, this price, make sure it's AMD, divided by old price minus 1.
Delete everything?
Delete.
See. Yeah. It worked. I mean,
Yeah, it will work and this have a match. Go ahead and close it. Working? Okay, so you have this return formula.
So wait,
So let me show you.
prices are on which way?
You go to returns.
Returns, yeah, select everything and delete.
Yeah, delete everything except the ticker
Okay.
and date. And you start from here, equal, go to prices, my current price divided by my old price minus 1, right? That is how we can calculate a return.
Enter.
Yeah, enter. And then let's say I want, because these are returns, I want to use percent and up to 2 decimal. And then pull down. And what is the last CW, the last column? So pull across. Right? So do this number match, especially this column and this column? Okay, very good. Last one is CW, the last ticker, yeah. And you have these numbers?
We change the percent.
Yes, we changed to percent. Yeah, if you change just the first one and then pull across and down, the formatting should also be copied.
So what's the next one again?
CW. Okay. Everyone good? Sorry, say it again. Yeah, let's do without, no, with formatting actually, because we want the decimal, percent decimal. Thank you. Have a question? Like this one? Yeah, that's okay. I mean, you got this error for the same column as mine, right? Or different column? Yeah, we have a lot. Yeah, here, for example, yeah. Yeah, yeah, that's all right. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, no worries. So, yeah, we formatting it. It's going probably the formatting too, yeah. Okay, so now let's go back to our D12 again. And remember this PowerPoint, you can download it.
Which one?
The former French, or let's see, did I download? Or you can just follow me, you have it there. I'm going to explain something. But everyone remembers former French model, right? Okay. It is an extension of which model? Exactly, very good. And CAPM is CAPM have? Very good, excellent. And how many does former French have? Three factor, right? The name already tells. Hello, good to see you. Just kidding with you. So, yes, it has three factors, right? And I told you that we are going to focus alphas, right? And use it in our portfolio. So we are not going to calculate alpha, we are going to calculate expected returns. And the reasons why. We are going to use expected returns. In simple words, it will be more realistic. Okay. And if we want to do this, we need to calculate excess return. What that basically means, R minus Rf. We need to subtract the risk-free rate, right? Okay. Now, I also mentioned that these people, right, from a French who came up with this model, they also have a website where they update this data, right? Every month, every week, maybe every day, some of the data. So we are going to go there and download the three factors. Go to this link. This will be the website. And then you will see data library. And then these are our three factors, right? The first one is monthly and then weekly, daily. We need the monthly. We downloaded monthly data, right? From Bloomberg, monthly returns. So I'm going to click on CSV. Download this file. And open this file. Now so that you can follow along, I'm going to upload this Excel file for you on D2L. You're very welcome. In the meantime, I want you guys to form your group. 2 members and let me know your names. 2 students in a group, yeah, for the project. Huh? It is a group project, yeah. 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 I'm making some changes to the guidelines, giving you more details. So that's why you will see the assignments are hidden for now, but I will make them visible very soon. So go ahead and download this one, me. So this file, we just downloaded, right, from the Thama French website. So this is also there in case you need it in future. And then open it, the Thama French file. I'm going to close the prices file. I don't need that anymore. So these are the data, right? Market return minus risk-free rate. So market premium. Small minus big, high minus low, and this is a risk-free rate. These are monthly, and you will see at the end, they have annual, okay? Anyway, so what we are going to do, we are going to make a copy to our portfolio construction file, following the same process. So right click, move, to the end, create a copy. Yeah, are you good? Okay. Now, Edward, you're good? Okay. So it appeared? Okay, very good. So now you will see these are without percent sign, right? So we need to actually divide them by 100 because our data are in percent. So I will just enter equal this to this cell. And then pull across. And then here in this cell, this divided by 100. And then pull down, pull across. But you have to stop after the monthly. So which will be, yeah, stop here. Ignore the annual factors. Yeah. You're very welcome. And as before, I'm going to express them in percent to decimal. Yeah. So did you divide by 100? Yeah, divide by 100 from this row. And then pull across and then pull down. So we need to calculate excess return, right? So what we are going to do, we are going to make another copy of this return. Right click. Move our copy. Move to end. Create a copy. We are going to call this excess return. Yeah. Right. And then create a copy of this return. Okay.
The last tab, where is it from? The accept it.
Yeah, so create a copy of the returns worksheet. Yeah, and then rename it as excess return. Or excess rent. Again, then double click, rename it excess rent. And what is excess return? What do we need to subtract? Excess return. We need to subtract. Risk fee, right? Market return minus a risk fee, that is the market premium, right? And if we subtract the risk rate from our stock's return, it is excess return. So these are just some terminology. So what we are going to do as before, we are going to delete this inside block, right? From the excess rate. Yeah, except for the ticker and the date. And then, yeah, yeah. And then from this cell 930, I will choose the return, this one, make sure this is this cell, and then minus. So this is September 2020, right? I have to find out. I have to go to this and scroll down to, if you scroll down to 1135, row 1135, that should be your September 2020, right? And then I will subtract this risk-free rate. So let me show you again. Maybe I can make it bigger. So here, I'm going to go to return this, right? And then subtract same month risk-free, which is September 2020. So I'm going there and I scroll down until I find September 2020, which is this. Yeah, 1135 row. And then this is our risk-free rate, the last column. So it should be this, J1135. Yeah, hit enter. And you know the drill, pull down, pull across. So we need to go to, was it CW? CW, right? So pull down and pull across. But this will not work, right? Undo it. We forgot to do one thing.
Lock.
Exactly, very good. What do you need to lock?
Column.
Column. Okay. Only column. Because our risk-free rate does not change. Now we are going to pull down and then pull across. Up to CW, yeah. You are not getting the same numbers? Okay. Shaba, you're good? Okay. Edward? Mhm. You're good? These numbers match for everyone? Okay. So now our step is to estimate this model. We need to find out these average values of beta of each stock. You remember these betas are called factor exposure, right? Each of them is a factor. Higher the value of this beta means higher exposure to that, right? For example, this one is specifically called market beta, right? So if it is higher than 1, riskier than market. Similarly, higher the value, higher exposure to the small minus big factor, right? So what we are going to do, we are going to find out the average factor exposures from the previous slide. And for that, we need to run regression. But how many stocks are there? We don't want to run 100 regressions, right? Right? We don't want to do that. So, of course, that is why there is an efficient way. We can use formulas to find out, to run the regression and extract or retrieve a specific statistic from the regression model. Little complicated, but just bear with me. So what we are going to do now, click on another worksheet. And we'll call this expected returns. Now, just to be consistent, this is the first one is in our B4 cell, right? So in this worksheet, click on B4 and then enter equal sign, bring that ticker. Okay. And here I will say factor exposures maybe bolded. And then I'm just going to copy these factors names. Actually, I'm just manually just write them. MKT minus RF, SMB, HML. So SMB is small farm minus big farm. HML is high minus low, price to book to price ratio. Book to price ratio. Okay. So now the difficult part. In this cell, is everyone good so far? Hmm? Yeah? Yeah, okay. So now equal index index, open parenthesis. For linear regression, the formula is LINEST. Okay, now, comma, sorry, open parenthesis again. What is it asking for? Known y's, right? Y's are our dependent variables. So our dependent variables are the each stock secured excess return, right? And we are working on AMD. So I'm going to excess rat, select only the returns. Do not include the label, the entire column. And then, because I want to be able to pull across, but I don't want row to change, so I'll log the rows. Function F4 twice. Yeah, so that only the rows are locked. So that is our y's, meaning dependent variables, comma. What is our excess? All those factor returns. So I need to go to form of range, research data factors. And as before, I'm going to start with row 1135. This is the row, right? And we have three factors. So only these three. Do not choose the last column. And then go to the last row.
Yes, sir.
Yes, you lock completely because these don't change. And close. So we just ran a linear regression, and there are many statistics.
Those.
No. After you close, now we are going to extract a specific parameter, right? A statistic from the model. And I'll explain. For now, just type comma 1, comma 3 and close. Okay. Did everyone get this? Okay. And I'm going to show only 4 decimal. Is everyone good? Very good. Okay. Now let me explain this. So I'm going to click on another worksheet here and call this regression. And then what was the first one? Our AMD, right? And I'll call this AMD. So dash AMD. And then I'm going to excess rat, copy the entire column of AMD, including the label, Control C. Paste as values. So this is my Y's, right? Yeah, for only AMD. Yeah, the entire column for AMD. Yeah. Now my excess is coming from this file, right? First, I'm going to copy the names. Control C, only the first three. Control C. And paste here, Control V as values. Copy as values. Yeah, paste as values. Yeah. Okay. Now go back to data factor again. Which row we need to go to? $11.35, right? And copy. And then here, paste as values. Yeah, from 11:35. So yes, one more time. So you go there. So highlight from 11:35 to the end. Copy. And in this cell, paste as values. In this cell. Yeah. Everyone good? Okay. Let us delete this row. This empty row. And then go to data. Data analysis. Does everyone have data analysis? Okay. So go to data, data analysis. And from this, select regression. Edward, you good? You don't have data analysis? Data, yeah, you're missing. Line with motion. So regression, push on OK. Now we have to select the entire Y variable, right? So including the label, Shift Control down arrow. And then you must click inside this box before doing anything else. And then we will choose the X variables. Go up, highlight this entire block. So everything, what's the ending? No, what's the ending? So everything, what's the ending? Yeah, the entire block, yeah. So, Now, because we included labels, right? So I'm going to select these labels and then output range. Click inside this box. And then just to be organized, click on this cell. Make sure, everyone, that you have these ranges in Y and X. Edward, you're good? Yeah, okay. So now I'll click on push OK. You should have this output. Does everyone have this? Okay. And I'm going to enlarge it a little bit. So you see, this is our market, right? And we have the same value in here. Isn't that right? Say it again.
The market.
Yeah. So this one, 1.8043. Yeah, right? The output. Yeah. Yeah. This one. You're good, Java?
I'm using the formula that.
Not kidding. Should be 35. Yeah. This is where our data starts out, September 2020, 11:35 row. And on this side. Right. And then 4 decimal place. So does everyone have this? Okay. Now this one, so this index formula, what it does, this is your row number and this is your column number. So this is 4, 3, 2, 1. This is how it is stored. So the first column, first column, this cell, and then 2, and then 1. So what I'm going to do now, I will just pull down. So nothing will change. And manually, instead of 3, I'll type 2 and then type 1, right? Here, type 2. Here, type 1. And you should get these 2 values, right? Okay. So here, instead of 3, type 2. And then instead of 3, type 1. Right? Okay. Now this was the difficult part. Now we are going to highlight and go up to CW, right? Then I'll just resize them. So these are our factor exposures. Say it again, Edward. Which values? Yeah. So okay. I can have a look. You can see as it approaches the end, it slows down a little bit, right? Yeah. We want to resize everything. Same. Hit. Yeah, shift. Yeah, right. That would be for any water. We'll see how it would be inside, right? Yeah. You're good. Okay. So these are our average factor exposure. For example, this AMD has beta of 1.8, almost twice in terms of risk exposure, right, to the market. And this one is very opposite, right? It has only 0.07. So we found out factor exposures. Now, average factor returns. And I'm going to copy this. Copy and paste. And we are going to just find out the average values of them. Average. This one. So 1135 is this. Go to the end. Lock everything. Close. Yeah. This is, oh, you mean in that? It is here. Now, what I'm going to do actually, does everyone have this?
Yes.
Yes, Edward?
See, on the side.
So yeah, you can also manually type from the row G1135 to G1194. If you manually type, that will also work. Because you're already here. Here we go. And go to up to this and to the end. And then lock accessing. Close. Read after. Now, what I want to do actually So this is working on which column? G column, right? And the next needs to work on H column, I column, right? So what I'm going to copy this, but not like from here. I'm going to click here and then copy from here without the equal sign. Okay. So Control C and then equal in this cell, Control V. Now manually change G to H. Did everyone follow? Which one? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 0.97.
Sure. Oh, I see. Yeah. And then pull down and then maybe change G to H.
We can actually also pull down because we locked everything. This one will be now I, right? I changed the wrong one. Good eyes. Okay. Is everyone good? Yeah. So you know what you have to do. Just pull across. Okay. So that is our average factor returns. Now, yeah, they should be the same, right? Because we locked. And factor returns don't change, right? Regardless of the stock. So now we need average RF, risk-free rate. So we can actually also copy this formula here, and RF is in the next column, which is J 0.24, right? So copy this formula, paste here, manually change to J, the next column. And then pull across. We can do. G to H.
The next one, average. First write down average RF. And then copy paste the formula here.
As formulas, or yeah, and then change the letter to J. And then pull across. Now, we are going to calculate expected return finally. Expected returns. So this will be our risk-free rate plus this beta times this plus this beta times this plus this beta times this. So you know we can use sum product, right? So sum product of this, comma, sum this. Right? And hit enter, pull across. Right. Okay. Now we are going to pull across. Do this number match with yours? Okay. Now these are our monthly returns. We are going to calculate annualized return. Which will be equal to open parent 1 plus monthly return close raised to the power 12 minus 1. Yeah, percentage is fine. Percentage. Minus 1. Yeah, you can type everything actually manually. Yeah. Did you ask anything, me? I see. Does everyone have this? Yeah, percentage. And then pull across. So yeah, use two decimal with percent. Okay. Finally, we are able to calculate expected annualized return. Now we have to match them with our optimal portfolio worksheet, right? So little more steps. So what we have to do first, these are in rows. but our main worksheet is in column, right? So what we are going to do, copy this, only the ticker name. From here, right, shift control down arrow should select everything, and control C. And then let us paste as values here. So after you have pasted as values here, copy again. And in the next cell, right click, transpose. Okay. This is the transpose. Right? And then you know what you have to do? Delete this row, right? Worked for everyone? Yeah. Yeah, transpose. So let me show you. Do you have this? So these are pasted as values. Okay, so copy them. And then in the next cell, right click. And you should see this icon is transpose. This icon. Worked? Okay, now just delete this first row. And do the same thing for expected annualized return. Starting from here, Shift Control, right arrow should select everything. Control C. You have to paste as values first. And then copy again. And then transpose. And then delete this. Now, everyone is good. Yeah, this is our expected returns. And I'm going to write down tickers. Expect, actually, I can copy this and paste here. Now, a few more steps. This file, right, does not have US equity, right? That phrase. So we need to get rid of that. But first, does everyone have this? Yeah. What about Java? You have it? Okay. So now, Shift Control down arrow. And then take it to the next column. So you just highlight and then grab on any border. For example, here. Okay. Now from here, yeah. And then tickers revised 1 equal left formula of this. So I want to print the digits starting from left, but now I need to tell up to how many digits. For that, I need find, open, So right before the empty space starts. So empty space means double quotation, space, double quotation, comma, and from this cell and close. And then because I said before the empty space starts, I have to subtract 1 and close. Fortunately, in your project, you don't have to do this. These are all downloaded from Bloomberg terminals, so they're very consistent, the tickers. Everybody are good? Yeah. Okay. Now you know what you have to do. Pull down. Now I have to use VLOOKUP formula. So a requirement of VLOOKUP formula is this table needs to be sorted in ascending order. The first column. So what I'm going to do, highlight this table. Yeah, and then data, filter, and then based on this column, sort A to Z. Okay. Filter, and then based on this, click on A to Z. And this should line up. Yeah, not to get out. So let's say we have to get out of this and then click. Yeah. Rest of you guys are good. Okay. Now I can actually use % so that we can easily match my numbers. Do the match. Does everyone have the same numbers? Yes, very good. So almost done. We are almost done. So we are going to go here. Yeah. Yeah. You are getting different numbers. Do your stocks line up this way? Yeah, filter and then sort A to Z based on the second column. Okay, very good. Everybody, you're good? Okay, now we are going to go to this, make another copy of it. Opt active template, make another copy to the end, copy. And then here we are going to say template wrapped, okay? We are going to use returns here. Now we'll rename this alpha as expected return. Yeah. So this, I renamed this alpha and I renamed this alpha. Yeah. Okay. You're good. So now here we need to use VLOOKUP. Equal enter, VLOOKUP, open parent. We want to find this one, but this has issues, right? It has unnecessary spaces, right? So what we are going to do, we are going to wrap it in this trim formula. Trim this. So it will get rid of all the unnecessary spaces. Yeah. I can probably make it slightly bigger. Let's see. So this lookup trim this. So we need to find this value where we need to go to expected rate, right? And then I will highlight these two columns and lock entirely. Yeah, unfortunately, this doesn't zoom in the formulas. No, this zoom doesn't work. Okay. Now we want comma, the second column, value from the second column, comma, we want exact match, so false. Close. Enter. You should get 18%. Let us show 2 decimal. 18.5, right? And then pull down. Don't worry about this error yet. Are you getting the same numbers? Yeah. Okay. Now we don't want these to be included in our portfolio, right? Because they don't exist. So what we are going to do from this row, from this cell to the end, I will highlight data, filter. So highlight this and filter. Now you should have these options, right? Mm-hmm. I want to delete those with errors. So what I'm going to do in this column, click on this, unselect this, scroll down, choose this, so that only these are displayed. And then I'll delete them at the same time. Yeah. Push OK. And make sure you select from here, from this number, Shift, Control, down arrow should highlight everything. And then, yeah, so you have this, right? Okay, now click on this 15. In this 15 and shift control down arrow should highlight all the rows. And then right click from here, delete row, right? And then unfilter, get rid of the filter, right? So we deleted all the rows with errors.
15. Shift control. Right. Okay.
So let me show you. So you have this, right? Now, yeah, you can just manually also select. Yeah. Make sure you, but key thing to remember is make sure you click on this 15, not from here. And then right click, delete. Yeah, and then unfilter, Control S. So we are now ready to run our model, optimize our portfolio. Yeah, save it, Control S. Control S means saving, yeah. Now, we are going to solver. We have to make one more change here. Sometimes these models run too long. So we are going to options. And, where? For VLOOKUP. For VLOOKUP, this one. Work for you?
Yes.
You? Okay.
And then I have to change to the
That's right.
then why when you have the 11.40%?
Or you have to now delete the ones with error.
Okay. So
Yeah, so for example, what we do. We do side deployment.
Yeah.
Let's make sure. What we do. Close it up here. Close it, reopen from that same location where you see. Yeah, now it look there. Now click on here. Unselect the select all. Click.
Scroll to them. Choose the value. Okay. Now, click on, click on outside. 15, right? Okay.
That's all?
And then unfilter. Get rid of the filter. You should have the same numbers as one.
Okay, yes, thank you.
You're good?
So we totally delete the value one.
Yeah, the
Okay.
ones with errors. You're good?
So, and everyone has these numbers, right? In the same order? Okay. Now we are going to solver. Yeah. And then in options, so I went to solver and options. Yes. And then in this max time, I will enter 60 seconds. Push OK. Everything else remains the same. Just solve.
Think so?
Yeah. Does everyone has 23.5?
It says maximum time was reached. I think.
Then no,
Stop.
Stop.
So, yeah, that's okay. Your number will be different. Did you enter the maximum time 60 seconds?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, very good. Yeah. So, but to make sure that we get the same number, so we'll follow some protocol here. What we are going to do, we are going to start with 0 values. So all of this 0 to make sure we get the same optimal value. Something like that. You could be different. Yeah, that's why we are trying to address this issue now. We will start with 0 initial values,
So
0 weight, and then solve. Now we should get the same number.
So,
Yeah, and then solve. Twen- 24.36.
what's going to be so, and number of problems. So let's see. 24.36. Yeah. So let's do that again. So enter 0 everywhere. And solve. Did you use 60 seconds? Yeah, okay, very good. Now solve.